and does that shit.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Don't think we've gotten in pro wrestling history, and this is not a great outlook for Ava Raine, daughter of The Rock, is what we have gotten is we'll get somebody who's charismatic, who's a star, a la Rocky Johnson, whose kid becomes one of the biggest fucking stars we've ever seen, right? We've gotten that with some second generation, third generation folks, whatever. But what we've never got is like Shawn Michaels' kid also became one of the top 5 wrestlers ever in history, right? Stuff like that oftentimes skips a generation. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like it just isn't.
Rocky Johnson.
I don't have a whole lot of hopes that this Ava Raine is suddenly going to be like bigger than Charlotte in the.
That's what I was thinking.
Does that make sense? Now there's a whole lot of time to tell, but
Ric Flair and Charlotte would be the example of what you're trying to replicate. But usually it's, and I like
but
Rocky
even at
Johnson.
that, I would tell you that Charlotte didn't reach the levels of wrestling stardom that Ric Flair did, but nobody has, maybe outside of
also
5 people, maybe. Yeah.
Well, but also because media has changed and not everyone has Channel 4 and that's it. So it's even harder to break through everything because someone famous to me, you may not even know about because it's in my world and we break off into 10,000 fragments. But anyhow, what I was going to say is usually what happens is it's mid-card talent, and I like Rocky Johnson, but let's all be honest, he was mid-card talent. He wasn't main eventing WrestleManias, right? But it's mid-card talent, and then they have a kid, and check him out. It's the new Cowboy Bob Orton was a mid-card talent.
Exactly.
And then Randy Orton was the fucking shit. Rocky Johnson was a mid-card talent, and then The Rock. So it usually doesn't, it works that way. It doesn't go.
Yeah. Because, like, hear me out. I mean, I think, like, we've got Dusty Rhodes. Cody Rhodes has gotten to main event talent, but nobody, as of right now, if Cody Rhodes' career ended, is thinking Cody Rhodes is a top 10 guy of all time. No. But people will list Dusty Rhodes in that in that vein.
And you would say Cody is just using Dusty's name. Like he
100%.
Now, maybe. Here's a good argument. And we're getting off topic a little bit here. But I would argue, not to the same levels, but just as over, Dusty Rhodes, Goldust. Goldust got over fucking huge. But that's just that's an outlier.
You know what I'm saying? Like, that's where I'm like, great. I mean, Ava Johnson will probably give us some good stuff. She's got good pedigree, obviously. Ava Raine, sorry, what did I say?
Johnson.
Oh, yeah, Ava Raine. Right, it's Simone Johnson. Ava Raine. I believe it's Simone Johnson. I don't fact check. Fuck, you look it up. Tell me if I'm wrong. It's that, right? Like, I'm like, great, this will be fine, but I'm not expecting The Rock out of Ava Raine, which is only fair, right? Like, it's unfair to hold somebody to those expectations, but that's gonna be the comparison people make for the rest of their career, and I think that's where you get sort of this. They don't measure up because like you kind of see it live with Cody Rhodes. Maybe they're trying too hard to be that.
Well, yes. And I would say, again, using the Goldust playbook is if you want to get over and not be the son or daughter of famous person, you've got to do a complete 180. You can't be adjacent to your father or mother. You have to do Goldust trying to kiss Razor Ramon, right? That was nothing like Dusty Rhodes, and that got him over. So hopefully maybe that's what they're thinking is Ava Raine's going to drink the blood of Bailey or something. I don't know, but like she can't try to do the eyebrow and the stuff because then it'll never work. She's just a, know.
I mean, at some point you may be able to do that as a fun gimmick, right? Like, but as like an offshoot for a side comedy.
Oh,
thing, right?
Yeah. The only time she could ever do that is like
she comes out with some sideburns and some fucking tracksuit sweatpants
at the end of a segment with her biggest rival as they both walk off from an interview. She gives the eyebrow and then that's it.